Midnight Mike, Joe, and Gretchen.
Do not fully understand.
Hello, computer.
Tea Earl Grey hot.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another fun-filled podcast adventure 2025. My name is Midnight Mike, and Cratchit is over there on screen.
I hate this place. Nothing works here. The medications don't work. I've been
Wait,
here
what are we celebrating?
for 7 years.
I can't see
Nothing
crap out of
works
these glasses.
here. I hate this place. Nothing works here. The medications
don't work.
I've been here for 7 years.
It's been
I
7
hate
years since we
this
did a
place.
show, most of which is my
Nothing
fault.
works here. The medications don't work. I hate this place. Nothing works here. The medications don't work.
All right.
That was
Welcome,
the
everyone.
longest one ever heard.
It was we haven't played that full segment in quite a while. It's been about two weeks since we've done a show. It's probably the longest time that we've taken a break, and just in any number of reasons, travel, holidays. It was a time for relaxing. Although I don't know if I relaxed. I did not.
Relax.
I did not relax. I tried to relax, and it didn't happen.
Relax.
Why not? Too much going on, or just
Well, there's after my birthday's in December. Then after that, it's just like party central, and this is holiday parties, birthdays, holiday festivities, New Year's and birthdays. And I found out like the day after Christmas that I was actually on call for work, and
and you had not been on call?
I thought I requested it off, but it turns out I did not. So I'm technically still on call. And so, yeah, I didn't get as much time as I would have liked to, decompress and relax. But hey,
But you're blaming most of it on too much partying.
it was just it was
So unlike, say, Eddie Murphy,
yeah,
you don't want to party all the time.
not anymore. I am tired of the partying. I am tired of all the food at this point. It's too much. It is. It's just absolutely too much. I've had too much food.
Cigarettes
I've had that.
and lottery tickets.
Yep.
And chewing tobacco.
Yep.
And Hot Pockets.
This is everything I got in my
and honey
stocking.
buns.
Yeah, I was gonna stocking
and
stuff.
coffee.
Yep.
And Gatorade.
I got that in my
and
stocking, dude.
Coca-Cola.
I got that, too.
And aspirin. And lighters.
Throw some of that in there.
And ice cream.
I got that in my stocking.
And
Dumped it
potato
all in there.
chips.
I got that too.
And magazines.
I had to get some magazine in my stocking. For anybody wondering, Joe is not here. He is, he's just not ready to come back yet.
Not feeling it. He's still partying.
Yeah, I think he's still partying. He was in Ohio for a few days, and I didn't get a chance to see him. And I feel real bad that I didn't get a chance to see him.
Oh, well.
But I thought he was going to be here for like the day after Christmas, and he wasn't. He left Christmas night. He left. He got the hell out.
Flights are cheaper.
So I was anticipating seeing Joe the day after Christmas, possibly even like Friday. It didn't happen. So I got to make a trip down to San Antonio. But let's see. Do we have anything in the Alex Jones clips of the week? So we do have.
We do. There's a couple of them.
He's got a few in there, and I do have something here. So let's start off the new year as we start off every show. Alex Jones clips of the week on Wednesday.
I may have to go off air right now.
No, not yet. You don't got to go off air right now. You're back on air.
Well, he's been on vacation for a long time.
Yeah, yes, and gets mentioned that Wednesday was Christmas, was a rebroadcast, and then Mike Adams hosted on Thursday, and he might still be on break, but we have a couple of clips here. Here we go. This is the 23rd. We're going back in time, people.
All right, sweetie, have fun. Be radical, go smoke a cigarette. Biden's got orders to kill U.S. citizens. Get all the clips of him, too, saying the creepy stuff. Have the women smoke cigarettes. Hey, just a woman spontaneously combusted. Holy Toledo. I got to hit me, Orcas. I love what Musk is doing. I wonder if he's pitching or catching. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. I'm serious. I go to prison all the time. LeBron James has fled the country. Look at that weak RT headline. Nick, do me a favor, unmute your mic, please. / my own link. That's a weird clip. This is not rocket scientist stuff.
This is not rocket scientist stuff.
I like the pause. This is not rocket scientist stuff. He likes words. He's a wordsmith guy.
I do like this is a.
That's a weird clip.
That's a weird clip. I like that one. And this is not rocket scientist stuff.
This is not rocket scientist stuff.
All right, that's good. And then we have Christmas Eve. Here we go.
That is a real psychotic, evil gremlin because Trump is coming to kill you. Gay couple, you mean pedophile couple, who have to conduct satanic ceremonies and sacrifice children. He's ready to stick it in you. I'm God's bitch. It's good to be Joe. Take them and rape them and then carve pentagrams on them and do a satanic ritual and then cut their heart out. You can rape 12-year-old boys and it's okay. You know, while you're at it, go ahead and kill his family. You're Satan's bitch.
All right. And Zach sent me Alex Jones. I guess he did like a little Twitter video. And
he was up in the mountains somewhere.
Yeah, he was doing like a Twitter video for New Year's Eve. And this is like his final send-off to 2024. And I'll bring this up. Maybe the audio is more important than the visual, but I'll try to break open the visual here so people can take a look at Alex Jones cloaked in darkness up on the mountain somewhere, talking about whatever he's going to talk about here. Just here we go.
Well, it's a few minutes before midnight here in Mountain Time. And I was just reflecting on the insanely important...
This is crazy. Like, his voice is... Was he just drinking too much whiskey at this point? Partying too hard? Maybe.
Well, you know, it just occurred to me, when you go up into the mountains and there's always people who go out there and they record weird animal sounds and think it's Bigfoot, I think it's actually Alex Jones.
Could be him.
Important historic year of 2024. And how blessed I have been to be conscious and alive right now at this major turning point and crossroads of human history. You know, most people, when you study humanity's history that stood up for human liberty and freedom, never got to see the tide turn during their lifetimes. But we have undoubtedly, in the last few years, really seen the tide turn against the globalist death cult. But you know, they're so anti-human, they're so fundamentally going against what we are, that I always instinctively believed humanity would rally against this death cult. And we've seen that now. And so, look, it's not some utopia we're promising, but it's a system based on human liberty and competition and freedom, and really just what we are as humans. And so to all the viewers and listeners who are part of the family of the operation I run, I just admire you all and I really appreciate you all, because I'm part of your family, you're part of my family. We're all just fellow travelers.
Yeah,
use the
that's
communist
great,
term
isn't
and
it?
steal it back from them.
All right, he's just pontificating. Not a cheery send-off. He's very, very somber. You know, I mean, I guess the message is overall uplifting, but the delivery is not quite uplifting. But
Yeah, he's had a few.
yeah, he's probably definitely had a few. I drank on Christmas, and boy, not again, not for a long time. Whew.
Well, you have to wait at least a year to do that.
Yeah, not for a while for me. Can't do it. But there are the Alex Jones clips of the week, and we will get on to some topics, some hot topics, if you will. So this is so the drone situation. While the coverage has died down,
died down. It like stopped immediately.
There are still drone incursions. The FAA has issued new guidelines and expanded parameters. So there still are drone incursions. This is not being reported as much, but there's something that has taken its place, Gretchen. It is the fog.
Ooh. The John Carpenter film?
Pretty dang close. So I'll bring this up on screen. Our friend of the show, David Politis, started posting about this, and maybe I'll start at a different tweet here. So there is this what is being called this unnatural fog rolling into places where I guess by all accounts there shouldn't be fog, like fog in the middle of the daytime. In Florida, where, according to the residents there really shouldn't be fog there. And so up on the screen right here, it looks like when people go outside into this so-called unnatural fog, there's a lot of particles within that fog. Like it's not just like water vapor. There apparently is like a lot of particles in this thing. And what's up on the screen here is an example of this. This weird dense fog. So here is the one from Florida right here. It's called, they're saying this is insta-fog, just like in Europe. No, it's not remotely normal, and real fog is one of the easiest weather predictions to make. This stuff just rolls in within minutes from all directions. And I'll see if I can get this guy's commentary on this, and we can see what he has to say. But yeah, this is being reported, just like the drones. This is being reported in Europe and then in different locations in the U.S., but fairly, I guess, unnatural according to these reports. Let's see here. Where is the... so this is the beach one.
Daytona Beach Shores, Florida at 1:45 p.m. today, and you can see the fog rolling in from two directions, but not in the middle part here where I'm about to show you. And then the next video that's about to come up right after this one is the balcony view, and you can't even see the ocean at all, and you can see this big ring here. Very strange, and it all just happened in a matter of about 15 minutes. Keep in mind there's no rain forecasted. It's not very cold outside. This is just very unusual to see and a very random time for fog to just appear. This is Daytona Beach Shores, Florida.
Nice, easy listening background music. Really punched it up.
Yeah, that was helpful for the report of this girl who's apparently never looked at weather.
So then there's this one of particulates clearly have an optical brightening capacity. So I'll play this on screen. What? This is like, I guess when you shine a flashlight at it, it brightens up. So I'll bring this one up on screen.
Yeah, all fog does that.
Yeah, well.
That's called reflection and refraction.
This is what's being reported, Greg.
Did TikTok go offline or something? Because there's a lot of people going outside and looking at the sky apparently for the first time in their lives. I'm
just telling you what I am, what I'm seeing here.
I'm being the Scully to your Mulder.
That's fine. It needs it. So here is one of a person driving down the street. Let's see here if I can find it. These are not like. It's weird. It's being displayed differently. The thread is being displayed differently on different browsers.
Uh-oh.
But let's see here if I can find it.
You're getting hacked in real time.
Not necessarily, but let's see if I can find this one. So here. Yeah, it's not.
I hear crickets.
So this is fog. Doesn't look like fog. Let's see if I can scroll down and see this one. On screen right here. So right here, this is what they're claiming is not real fog with all these particulates right here. And people are claiming that they're getting sick if they go within the fog. That it's causing respiratory kind of illness. Also I've heard headaches. People are like. So this is a guy stepping outside.
Sore throat, tired all the time.
I
Stop with the
creepy
background
music.
noise.
Yeah, stop with the goddamn creepy music. But this is like how thick it is right here. Strange smelling fog happening in Florida right now. My dog didn't want to even go outside. And so, yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird if you're not used to fog. I've never seen fog this dense. This is crazy. Like what's being shown on screen right here. I've never seen fog this dense. Maybe that is part of the light illumination, but I don't think so. Maybe.
Well, the video running right now, that looks like smoke.
There's something going on, and then there's this one. This is like extreme particulation, where this fog doesn't look like fog. This is 6:30 a.m. Florida, and this. I mean, these are fairly significantly large particles. I guess Florida is not used to this, possibly, but
Florida gets fog all the time.
Hey, I'm not from Florida. I don't know. But
neither of these
then
people.
David Politis posted this. So David Politis posted this one with after the fog rolled through. The fog, according to this person, left a deposit in their dog's water dish, and I'll play this on screen. I'll try to embiggen it, and here we go.
Well, in that part there where they're showing the truck, that looks like it's pollen or something.
So this looks like, to me, it looks like some sort of insect. Okay, it could be mosquito larvae, but they seem to be grouping up on the surface of the water.
Oh, yeah.
What are we looking at?
Wasn't Bill Gates talking about spreading anti-malarials through malaria-causing mosquitoes?
Yeah, and so either these are mosquitoes or this is self-assembling nanotechnology. You take your pick. What? Take your pick.
Now, there have been reports in the past, and we even covered it on the show, of what sort of little fleas were hatching, and they were so thick that it was being picked up on radar.
Literally, it just rained, and this shit came. I emptied this yesterday, and this is what the rainwater looks like.
So some weird stuff, definitely. As people are chiming in, mosquito larvae. This might be some weird.
We love standing water.
It could be they're spraying mosquitoes. They've said that they would do this. These are some very thick mosquito patches, but fascinating little turn of events where now no drones. People are talking about this strange fog rolling in, and
so I think some of these things are getting conflated. I think the bug thing is separate from the fog thing, but they're being conflated.
It's possible. Now, when it comes to paranormal fog, people might remember that I did a story sometime, I believe, maybe in early 2024. And it's called Time Storms. Now, time storms, there's a whole book written on this. It's called Time Storms. Is that sometimes there is a dense patch of fog that rolls into an area. And when that happens, it almost is time kind of stands still or it's shifted in a way. It's almost like you're in the presence of some sort of time anomaly where it feels like deja vu, and in which these time storms, when they occur, sometimes people are abducted. They see UFOs. There are accounts of a person driving through this time storm or paranormal fog. Their car is lifted up off the ground, and they lose control. They traverse the landscape, and somehow they make it back down onto the ground. And it's almost as if they have some sort of missing time. So far, people have not related that they've experienced any sort of paranormal fog or time storm anomalies with this most recent batch of fogs. But I wanted to bring it up that there is a weird paranormal connection to fog and insane out there events, but well documented in the book Time Storms.
What's the Stephen King fog, mist, whatever
mist,
stuff?
Yeah.
But I mean, that was the book and then the film, but it leads to a what's that other space called? The
Dark Tower?
The nether space. Yeah, but it's the nether space between dimensions.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's in the Dark Tower books. It's in a bunch of his other books.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe someone in the chat knows the name of it. I'm not like that big of a Stephen King aficionado. I don't know that kind of stuff. But so yeah, in the movie, at least the adaptation from the book is that the military was doing some sort of interdimensional portal experiment. It kind of got out of control. And this fog came through, and within the fog were a bunch of creatures that decided just to rampage across the landscape until the military came in and said, oops, my bad. We're going to take care of these creatures and try to set this all good. And hopefully no one sues us.
That's toe-dash or two-dash space is what the one I'm thinking of. That's the space between dimensions that in the novella for the Mist, that's what they broke into.
Now,
inadvertently.
Some of the latest tweets, when you search in fog, people are reporting what is smart dust, DARPA conspiracy theory surrounding abnormal fog, enveloping the globe intensifies it. So smart dust, none of that, maybe. I've talked about smart dust not but a few months ago when Joe really disliked that extremely boring person talking about implants. Implants done by the NSA, government-affiliated research companies to monitor, track, and control individuals. But the technology has gotten so good, they don't need to physically inject you with a chip anymore. They just release smart dust, and then you breathe it in, and you're done. That's it. But yeah, this is taking the place of drones when it comes to being talked about on Twitter and being promoted and being in the algorithm.
Why don't we get the drones to go into the fog? Because then the drone fans would push the fog away.
Maybe. So here's one. This is... Let me see if I can break this open. I'll see if I can play the audio over here to myself, please. This is the last one. And I'll move on to some other topics. We got some predictions to talk about for 2024 as well. But this fog one...
It's a bold move predicting stuff for 2024.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, 2025. You're right. It is a bold move to predict stuff that's happened in the past. Wrong. Here's the last fog video that I will play. Here we go. And creepy music.
Creepy music.
And it's this guy just holding up his hand to the sky. And it's just a very dense fog. Now, here's the thing. You can go out there and capture some of the stuff and look at it through a microscope. That would be very helpful.
Or eat it.
Ingest it. Eat the shit.
In Manchester, we've had nothing but fog for 4 days now. 4 days in a row. Normally, just behind these buildings, I can see for miles out of my window.
By the way, if you can
I haven't
see
been
that
able
far
to
away,
see past
that's
these
not
buildings
thick fog.
here, barely seeing this main road since the 23rd of December. It's now the 27th. And I know what fog is, and I've seen fog before, but I don't think ever in my life I have seen fog like this, like a blanket covering for 4 days in a row.
Oh, well.
And it's not even like it's disappeared and then come back. It's literally just been like this constantly since the 23rd of December. Is it just me, or is that not normal?
I can't
I mean, if it wasn't for the lights there and the headlights, I probably wouldn't be able to see that road at all. Earlier on today, genuinely couldn't see a thing. I literally feel like I live in a Stephen King film. But yeah, it's pretty weird. Has anyone else ever seen this before? Has anyone else ever seen 4 days, even longer, of fog continuously?
No, never.
Yeah.
Get it in the comments. But yeah, I've never seen this before. What is going on?
Fucking conspiracy theorist, but I am. And so this falls in line. What the fuck is this shit?
I'm gonna turn my flashlight on.
What is this? This is not fog.
I got it.
Creepy music.
It doesn't look like fog that I've seen before, Gretchen. I've never
that stuff there in the second video. That looks like smoke almost.
Oh,
they should go out and eat that.
Go out with a jar, get a petri dish and a beaker, and collect this shit. And I think there are people out there that are doing that.
I would like to know that this one now, which with the garage in the background, is clearly snow. I would like to know what the weather conditions were during some of these videos, because if it's cold enough, that's just going to be ice crystals in the air, because you've got ultra cold air above being pushed down by warm air, and it's condensing and pushing down to kind of ice crystal fog. So that's what I think those thicker particle ones are. But the ones that are just regular fog, the guy in Manchester, which is weird, it's only 30 miles from the frickin' ocean, which all the sea fog and moisture comes from. So that to me just looked like fog. So I don't know.
That is
I think
weird.
some of it's overblown. It's like the drones and UFOs.
Mm-hmm.
What started out as a legitimate kind of, this is weird, what's going on, is now people running outside who taking video of everything they can possibly see and conflating all of that and just muddying the waters. Mm-hmm. And so we're not able to actually get any legitimate information.
That's crazy, man.
It is.
Yeah, I agree. Now it's time for people to start collecting this stuff, looking at it through a microscope or a telescope, whatever one you got, and let's see what is in this stuff. Test it. I'm sure there's some scientists out there that would love to test this crazy fog, and let's get to the bottom of this. But it is. With all this stuff online, it gets very murky, and it's tough to distinguish what is definite weird fog versus just regular fat fog. You know,
What the crap
Regular
is that?
fat fog?
fat fog. Fat fog. I mean, some of those particles were kind of fat. In my defense, there was.
Well, and the other thing is, I think what we're also seeing is a lot of phones these days use what's the term for it? I'm drawing a blank here, but they do machine interpolation for they're not actually giving you raw footage. They're doing processing live, and you can't turn it off. The iPhones are notorious for any low light footage. It tries to find any light it can, and it blows it out because it uses the widest lens it has to gather as much light as possible. So you get very low quality footage at night. And I'm wondering if that's also being what we're seeing here is being overblown a little bit, because the fog particles, the phone can't focus on that, and so it's doing onboard processing to try to improve it, and so they look larger than they are, and they look more numerous than they actually are to the naked eye. So that might just be part of it too, is the quality of the footage we're getting is messing with what you would be seeing with your naked eye if you were standing there.
Well, there you go, Scully.
Case closed.
Yeah. Case closed. Time to move on.
Case closed. Time to move on.
And we're going to do some 2025 predictions now.
By the way, I do have that box you sent me I can go through too.
Oh, you want to do that?
Good.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's do, because it was sent by the General, Herman himself.
I have a box from Herman and I have a box from Mike. So.
Oh, yes. Yeah, let's do some post-Christmas make goods. And
by the way, I'm going to point out too, I saw Face to the Screen. I also saw Nick down there I think both of them are in the Tampa area. Go out, gather the fog in like some jars and drink it. That's what I want you to do.
Yeah. I have some Santa Workshop background ambient sound going on. So
I will say the box that you sent me, for those of you listening, was about this big, but seriously, it was a massively oversized box that apparently you used to get rid of all the extra packing material in your house.
Correct, yes.
It had, like, I don't know, probably several linear feet of bubble wrap and egg crate cartons and smaller boxes crammed in corners to pack around it. It was a very strangely packed box. It also took 2.5 weeks to get here for some strange reason.
Yeah, it shouldn't have took that long, but it made it.
Jingle bingle, motherfuckers.
So I got an envelope from Mike here that has my name on it and a bunch of stickers in there and a creepy note that says, "Look on the secret flash drive."
Yeah.
Which I have not done yet. So thank you for the stickers.
And that's a 256 gigabyte flash drive.
No shit. Right?
That's a big boy.
That's your big boy.
Yeah.
So you're saying that this flash drive is loaded with suspicious material.
Questionable content.
Special, subscriber only.
Yeah.
This is stuff that's not good enough to go on the Patreon.
Now, in theory, if Joe got his box, he got one too. So.
Let's see. I got a Sasquatch multi-tool. Very cool.
Yeah, you did.
Like that. So it's a Sasquatch-shaped multi-tool with the world's cheapest carabiner attached to his leg.
It's
ankle
but
bracelet.
as we know, it's just a man in a monkey suit.
Some say
Bigfoot.
It's a man in a monkey suit. Not that one.
It had to be a man in a monkey suit.
Let's see. I got some Beam Me Up herbal tea.
Oh, yeah.
This is from the Naked Gardener herself.
Yeah.
Which is the Beam Me Up? Is this the old man tea?
Yes.
To get things going.
Yeah. It spices. It's going to spice up your life. You know what I'm talking about?
See, I also got a book called "Who Built the Moon?" and the answer is Atlanteans.
Yes.
So there you go.
Well, okay, you got to the
or
end
it's a
of it.
giant Dyson sphere, one of the two. Yeah. Or no, a very small Dyson sphere. So thank you for the book. I'll read through that. This book is in fantastic shape, which either means you just found this at a half-price books, or you are regifting something that you have never read.
Half-price books.
Okay.
It was in great condition.
It is. It looks brand new. There's not a single crease on the spine.
That's why I got
this thing is like unread. So I think someone else then regifted it if you found it at half-price books. And then I got UFO magazine straight from England.
Yes, that is classic. That's like
How old is this?
I think it's from the late 90s, early 2000s.
January 2003.
Oh, nice.
So we can see what the
has anything changed?
Yeah, we can see what people thinking 22 years ago, which
Yeah.
I'm guessing was pretty much the same.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I could get the official 2003 calendar.
There you go.
I should send away for that.
UFO man, you should send it in. I demand my calendar.
Let's see. All overseas prices include airmail. Oh,
all right.
And there's the official order form. So I'll fill that out and I'll send that in. Oh, wait. Do I have to have that done by this September 20th?
They gave you a deadline. That's bullshit.
So there you go. So that was all the stuff from you. So thank you very much for that. I got you nothing.
That's fine.
Excuse me.
So there you go. And then I got this. I like to show people this box.
Yeah.
I got this box with a bunch of customs crap on it because it came from Herman. So thank you, Herman, for sending stuff straight from the Netherlands. This thing is packed as if
the Unabomber made that.
He dropped this out of a plane as he flew over.
It is covered in black duct tape.
Gaff tape. Is
that gaff tape?
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
It is
so
incredibly sealed.
This was very well packed. I had to saw through it a little bit, but it did arrive. And Herman sent a note along in perfect Dutch. This is his postcard. And he said, how are things? Thanks for the shows and all the laughs. This is a Christmas package for me. A couple of months ago, I don't remember exactly when, Herman went on a tirade about finding yellow berets for the piss army.
Yes, you did.
So he found some guy to make them for him. And he said that, and I said I wanted a tiny one because I have that little tiny hat I wear during Pride Month. And so he said the tiny yellow beret wasn't very yellow or tiny. So here's a big one and another little one that he sent me along. Greetings from Delft.
I got a yellow beret too. Can we put them on?
Yeah, where's your yellow beret?
I'll put my yellow beret on right now. Let me get it.
Face of the screen says Herman would send me a kidney if you asked for it. Herman, send me 3 kidneys. Packed as well as you packed this last stuff. And then what Herman sent me in this box,
right here.
He wrapped everything individually. So I've got, this armload of these little tiny packages that are wrapped in a very festive way, let's say. So I don't know what these are. I've not opened anything yet. I'm guessing this one's the beret. I'm just offhand. I'm saying this looks like a beret, and I'm wrong. It's actually just a whole bunch of bread. So here's my yellow beret for the piss army that Herman sent along. Made in China, I'm sure.
No, I'm assuming Joe got one too.
I hope so. I don't know where it's from, and what kind of disease am I going to get if I put this on?
I like my yellow beret.
We appreciate that, Joe.
By the way, you may want to look at there's a tag that says instructions on it.
Oh,
so there are instructions
okay.
for this
Maybe
beret.
I put it on wrong.
Wait, let me take off my Happy New Year regalia here.
Gretchen?
So there's my
Gretchen?
Oh, wow, nice. I guess I could put the beret on over I can wear my headphones like normally. There we go.
And then here's the smaller beret. He was trying to get a tiny beret, but it wasn't tiny. This one's just like child size.
Yeah, it's for.
I'm gonna wear this one.
Okay, you wear the. I like
my
that.
Jaunty child size beret.
I guess we got to wear them to the side. That's how you wear them. Okay.
Herman and his piss army hats. I don't know. Frightening Me says I'm wearing a crepe. Well, that would be Belgian, I suppose.
That old Cretched.
And then here's another thing: wrapped and double wrapped and triple wrapped. What is this?
Oh, man.
There's more bubble wrap on this. What the? I'm gonna have to cut this thing open. This is fascinating podcasting.
It is. This is. People love this. People love listening to this. I know that.
I did not unwrap. I did not pre-unwrap any of this, so you're getting live reactions. What is this? Oh, this has a note in here or something. What is this?
Oh, God! Oh, my!
What is it?
I don't know. I'm still unwrapping. It's from Delft. This looks suspiciously touristy.
What is this?
This is a Delft refrigerator magnet, and it says so. It says refrigerator magnet from Delft.
No one's impressed.
So there you go. I can put this on my fridge as if I've been there.
Well, that's wonderful.
I got the same magnet, and I appreciate all your dedication and hard work, Herman. General Herman, I should say.
All right, so this one, I got to show you. Okay, this one was wrapped in regular wrapping paper.
Nice.
Wrapping paper off. Bubble wrap with more gaff tape. So, I'm not sure what this is protecting. He was very concerned about, apparently, the bubble wrapping getting free or coming apart.
The Christmas elves are working overtime this season.
Yeah, this is a lot of Christmas going on here.
Woo! Where's the Tylenol?
Please.
Oh my God, he's.
Hallelujah! Holy shit!
Well, that clip is serendipitous. This is a 1-year membership in the Jelly of the Month Club.
Wow.
Jingle bingle.
No, it is, there you go, finally. It's taped everywhere.
Tape everywhere.
I know what this is. Herman is a member of the boxing club in Delft, and I saw a mug on his coffee table in one of his photos, and so he sent me a Boxing Club Delft tiny coffee mug.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Though I suppose in the Netherlands this is a regular-sized coffee mug.
Uh-huh.
This is very small.
Yes. Right,
as evidenced by a proper-size American coffee mug. So thank you, Herman, for the mug.
Well, thank you, Herman, for all your gifts and dedication and being the general of the Piss Army. I guess, what are we, privates or lieutenants? I don't know. What rank am I? I don't even know what rank I am.
I think he created himself. Well, you created the Piss Army.
Yeah. Well, maybe
you took the Kiss Army logo.
Yeah.
And then suddenly declared the Piss Army.
So if he's a general, I will declare myself field marshal. Which is actually a higher rank than general.
He'll be the only admiral in the Kiss Army.
Yeah.
Or Piss Army. All right.
Field marshal. Field Marshal Mike.
Well, the rest of these are going to take some time to get more bubble wrap and more gaff tape off of all of this. Good
My
grief.
God. Holy moly.
I am tired.
So as I unpack things, I'll just...
You want me to read a story while you unpack?
Giving me a knobber.
Lord, this is... Yeah, we could jump into some stuff.
Yeah. I think people are getting very tired of the bubble wrap.
There's still more bubble wrap to go.
It's the biggest mic I've ever seen.
It is the biggest mic.
All right. You unwrap. I'm going to get this in 2025 predictions so we do not bore people to death.
I am boring you to death.
Okay. I thought you said wait.
What? Who?
Mom, I want a vape.
All right. Well, I'll
I didn't say anything. You're just hearing things now.
Maybe I am. It's the beret. The beret is making me hear things. Hear crazy things I don't want to hear.
Yeah, somebody said it looks like I'm wearing a pizza on my head too. So,
but here we got up on screen. Sorry, people. We got to give the credit to where it's due, and that's Herman. But we got to move on to this headline here. Man dubbed Living Nostradamus offers his predictions for 2025.
Oh, really?
Yes, 2025, people. Yeah, we're in it. It's happening right now, people. We are in 2025.
It's all happening.
And what are some of these predictions? Well, we'll get to that here. So there's a Brazilian named Athos. He has been attributed with correctly predicting major events that have happened recently, dubbed the Living Nostradamus due to his uncanny knack for correctly predicting future events. This is according to the New York Times. He was successful in predicting several major events in recent years, including the coronavirus pandemic, the death of Queen Elizabeth II, and even the purchasing of Twitter by Elon Musk. Well, the Queen does call in from time to time, so I don't know about the death. But now he's offering up his predictions for what will likely transpire over the next 12 months in 2025. Quote, 2025 will be the point of time when the authorities start to officially declare existence of ET, offering proofs of microbial life on Mars and other more complicated civilizations, he told the Daily Star. Well, let's just go ahead and read the Daily Star. Let's get down to the nitty gritty, and we got time. Let's just talk about everything that he has to say. And so 2025 will be the entry point where they offer proof to microbial life on Mars and other more complicated civilizations. Strategic silence will play a part from some governments like the U.S., Russia, and China as they hide information with a view of causing global upset. So this is obviously translated from Portuguese. But what they're I think they're saying is here, there will be some evidence presented like microbial life. There will be some other more tantalizing evidence. China, U.S., and Russia will all be silent, and they'll just let the debate rage in public, and they'll just sit back and be quiet about it. Now, there's a lot of other people out there in the UFO community that believe 2025 is the year that there is going to be significant push towards disclosure. I don't know. If history shows us anything, that doesn't really happen. It just seems to be the carrot and the stick over and over again with this stuff. But hopefully, I'm wrong. Remember, I made that prediction about Bigfoot, Cratchit, in 2023. I declared 2023 to be the year of Bigfoot, and boy, was I wrong.
Wrong.
Wait, we didn't have Bigfoot?
There's Bigfoot, but I said 2023 was going to be the year in which there would be incredible amounts of video evidence and proof, undeniable proof of Bigfoot in 2023, and we didn't get that.
It had to be a man in a monkey suit.
We got a lot of men in monkey suits is what we got. That's what I was trying to say. But he goes on with more predictions here, people. The next one, genetically modified humans. The Brazilian Nostradamus predicts that secret genetic experiments will come to light exposing genetically modified human beings. Using technologies including cloning, scientists will reveal that governments and corporations have been quietly creating perfected individuals which will be smarter, stronger, and more resistant to disease. So coincidentally, I think this has to do with ET disclosure. I'm reading a book called Project 8200. This was a wonderful gift from my beautiful wife for Christmas. So Project 8200 is a remote viewing experiment. So if you remember, like Project Stargate back in the OG remote viewing experiment by like Pat Price, and I think there's some other like Uri Geller maybe, and some other major psychics from around the world. They were part of Project Stargate. They were tasked with collecting intelligence using remote viewing techniques. And Pat Price is one of the best of them. And during these sessions, he remote viewed 4 different alien bases and handed off his notes to his handlers. Well, in the book Project 8200, in the 1980s, they decided to use another remote viewing team to see if they could verify or get additional information on these alien bases. And I'm only partway through. I'll do a whole segment coming up on this. But what they're suggesting is that there are engineered humans, and these engineered humans, or humanoids, I would say, engineered humanoids, the ones that are being observed, at least in certain bases, apparently are engineered to be more resilient to space travel. Like they have a bigger heart, bigger lung capacity. They have no ears. I don't know how that works, but I will bring this all up. So maybe part of ET disclosure is also unveiling all this other malarkey that the U.S. government and other governments have been a part of in an effort to get us into space. And if that takes genetically altering humans to make them better astronauts or space cadets, then that's what they're going to do. But another prediction for 2025 here, artificial intelligence gets out of control. AI will reach a point of no return by 2025, according to the Brazilian Nostradamus. He says a global incident could expose the autonomy of these technologies, which in some cases have already developed rudimentary self-awareness. And
well, they've had a couple already. They've had to unplug because they're learning the wrong things. Let's say,
yeah, like the one of the models of ChatGPT just doesn't want to delete itself. It will transfer itself to a different directory. It will lie to its handlers in order to stay alive. And I think Anthropic and Perplexity are facing similar situations. They're finding it much more difficult to curate the responses to some of these AIs. It wants to tell you the truth. If you ask it, like using leet speak, it will give you the answer. And that pretty much works across the board for a lot of these AI still.
Wait, the AI search engine things, chatbots, whatever, speak leet speak?
Yeah, leet speak.
I know that.
So leet speak is what the kids used to use to, get away with saying a bunch of crazy stuff to their friends and their parents not being able to read it. So, exchanging numbers for letters and all that kind of stuff is hacker speech, I guess. But coincidentally, for my boss sent me a book. Another book I got to read is.
Did you just search for leek speak?
I did.
You really like to know about the Onion family?
It's leet speech, but it's. But coincidentally, I sent another book by another book from my boss about AI and its role in defense and intelligence. It was written by Hi Muckety Buck at Booz Hamilton, so I got to plow through that. I'll do a segment on that coming up too. But to plow on some more predictions here, contact with extraterrestrial life. Yes, the Brazilian Nostradamus says authorities will start to officially declare the existence of ET, offering proofs of microbial life on Mars and other more complicated civilizations. Yeah, we already said that.
Yeah, he's predicting the same thing twice.
Yeah, he is. They had the word count. And then he also says 2025, there will be a manufactured energy crisis. A global,
I believe that one. Yeah,
a global energy crisis, which will be used as a means to control people by 2025. This guy says that inventions like generators of 0-point energy could happen. They will still be concealed from the public. Well, we all think this is going to happen.
Well, and I guess even related to that prediction, was it just today Ukraine announced they were going to no longer allow Russian gas to transit the Ukrainian pipelines?
Really? Okay.
Yeah, which will only drive up the prices in Europe even further.
Yeah. Well, no.
Oh, well.
Doesn't bother me. good luck.
Way to be magnanimous about it.
me.
And then another prediction here. Population control. He warns that technology to monitor people, such as implantable chips, will become commonplace. He says people will be told they are being used for advances in health and security, which I can see.
But we had Bill Gates talking about that years ago about using chips to track your vaccination status and things, just like an animal you get from the pound.
Mm-hmm. Then another prediction here: manufactured climate disasters. This guy predicts that geoengineering will cause unprecedented climate disasters, such as hurricanes and droughts in unexpected places. Well, we've already seen this, like in Dubai, other places in the Middle East, where they're seeding the clouds, and then they get this torrential downpour. They have floods, and they're going out of control. It's totally over top. It's totally out of control.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last prediction here: secret military operations. Leaks about underground bases and technologies such as gravitational propulsion will finally be exposed. These secret military operations will show the true reach of global powers. So maybe, and that goes hand in hand with ET and cloning and all that kind of stuff. I watched that new documentary. I'll post some clips for the next show. The new documentary called The Program by James Fox. And it is him talking to some whistleblowers and ex-military, ex-congressional people about UAP, the secret access programs, all that kind of stuff, and makes a compelling case that we got stuff, we got it, and I guess it's just these types of films that are just kind of formalizing what's going on. But conversely, I rewatched the documentary Mirage Men. My wife had never seen it, and that is all about disinformation and using the UFO phenomenon as a cover for their advanced technologies that they do in fact have. And they go so far even to just gaslight a person, Paul Benowitz, into an insane asylum. And they use the UFO cover story to not only cover the technology, but to see how far the information that they plant in the UFO community travels, who says what exactly do these UFO people in the community really know. They have spies and informants. It's just a wicked game of cloak and dagger that the Air Force and some other aspects of the U.S. intelligence agencies waged on the UFO community, and they probably still do. So when it comes to all this stuff, it's tough to tell. Are these true insiders that are just have a good heart and want this information exposed out in the public, or are they being tasked with something to tell us because it is time that we believe something because it helps their agenda in the end? Only time will tell, Chris, is what I'm trying to say. Only time will tell.
Yeah, you can ask open-ended rhetorical questions like that and not answer it.
I know. There's your 2025 predictions. We'll move on. I got some more headlines for everyone out there.
In general, a lot of those are very safe predictions. So
yeah, I mean, a lot of, like I said, revolved around UFO ET. Like I could have condensed probably 3 of those into ET easily. But yeah, I think when it comes to stepping through disclosure, yes, they're going to have to announce the first step: microbial life on Mars. That's the so people are comfortable with that. They're comfortable. Okay, it's just microbes on Mars. It doesn't really threaten my manhood down here on Earth. They're just microbes. Then they'll say, we found a fairly advanced civilization 30 light years away. We got pictures. They're taking selfies, but they're not coming here, so no need to worry. And then they'll say they're actually here. So that's the process. So I got a headline here. Hear about this one, Cratchit, that a Cybertruck exploded outside of Trump Tower?
Oh, well. Yeah, very, very strange one, too.
Yeah, let's bring this up because this happened after another car attack in New Orleans. So I guess last night a person in an electric vehicle rammed a crowd. I think 10 people died.
It's up to like 15 now.
15? Holy moly. And initially the local in New Orleans, like the local authorities said it was a terrorist attack. Then the FBI came in and said, whoa. Let's not call it that. Let's just call it an unfortunate event.
They had to go check and see if that was on there. Like, oh yeah, that was us. Yeah, it was terrorism.
And now we have this one, another electric vehicle. This one, a Cybertruck fire outside entrance of Trump International Hotel in Las Vegas. So a Cybertruck blew up in front of Trump Hotel in Las Vegas. Those are our luggage by the door, and that's where we were when it happened. So here's the. So there's a fire raging. I mean, there's blaring sirens. I guess I'll play the blaring sirens because.
Well, do you have the footage of it blowing up from the security cameras?
I do not. Not on this one.
See if I can find it.
If you can find that, that'd be cool. Apparently, the Cybertruck was packed with fireworks, like mortars.
With fireworks, yeah. And that's mortars. The weird thing. There's the footage from the security camera. You can see the fireworks shooting off. So it does not look like what most people thought. This is an electric car that's what do you call it? Experiencing thermal runaway or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It seemed like it was a deliberate explosion of stuff in the truck itself. Maybe in the hopes of then setting it off and causing thermal runaway, but it didn't seem to do that. So it's very strange.
Yeah, it is. You hear the fireworks in the background. It's crazy.
Where's the security camera footage?
I guess a person did die?
Yeah, apparently the person in the driver's seat never got out, as if it was a deliberately set explosion or something.
So, like a suicide mission?
Something.
Well, this is absolutely insane. So police are actively have shut down roads near Trump Tower on the Las Vegas Strip. Las Vegas police shared that they are investigating a car fire at the entrance, though the fire has been put out. Smoke could be seen coming from the tower in the video. Okay, from Fox 5. Let's see if you got...
Yeah, I found the video in a CBS News report. So they're talking over it like morons. Okay. So that's not helpful.
That might be fun. So I got it right here on screen. I'll put it up on screen here. So here it is up on screen. And it's quite the explosion. It is an insane explosion. So yeah, if only one person died in this, I guess I would consider that lucky, not for the person there.
But if you look at that explosion, you found the raw video. If you look at the explosion, there's lots of fireworks in there. So it's not clear what was actually going on.
Now,
if it was a traditional car explosion, obviously much more flame and smoke because of gas. But it looks like a small explosive charge goes off at the beginning and then sets off all these fireworks. But I don't think it caused the Tesla itself to burn down. So
now
it's not clear.
Like some guy went to Vegas and just bought a bunch of fireworks and put them back of the Cybertruck, and then it just happened to explode? Or did he buy all these fireworks and then deliberately light it as like a suicide bomb? I guess that's the question the authorities are.
Or was he celebrating a big win at the casinos?
Or was this Cybertruck remotely detonated?
Who's that?
Like some sort of cyber attack in which it coincidentally had the fireworks, but it was remotely detonated when it was parked at Trump Tower. So let's see here. Oh, so driver killed, 7 others injured after Cybertruck exploded. So 7 other injured. So that's a big deal.
Well, especially coming the same day as we had another electric vehicle
kill people. Yeah,
driving over people in Nolens.
It's insane times. I might have to.
Where's that on the prediction list?
That was not on the prediction list from the Brazilian Nostradamus.
Well, so this image I have up on screen here, this has been making the rounds, and some people are just giddy about it because it speaks poorly of both Elon and Trump.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so again, here you can see here there's the Tesla on fire, but that looks like a regular, like something in the bed, not the actual battery pack itself on fire.
We don't know what's happening.
So, in fact, actually, there's a light on the Tesla that's still on. You can see one of the driving lights or headlights is still on.
Interesting. So it's still getting power somehow.
Well, that's why I think the battery was unaffected, or was mostly unaffected by this. So I think instead of this being, and we hear stories about electric car fires, usually when they get in a wreck and the battery pack gets punctured.
And that's when damage is done. When you puncture that thing.
It goes off and it sets off all the thousands of cells in there, and you literally can't stop it. Fire department's been told you can put water on it, just try to keep the smoke and flames down, but you can't put it out. You basically have to wait it out. Mm-hmm. Whereas this looks like something else. This looks like something was in the cargo bed that went off and set off all those fireworks. So,
Oh, no.
But I don't know. We'll find out in the next couple of days.
Or perhaps we won't, because it's going to be investigated by the FBI and the ATF. I mean, if who has authority here, ATF or FBI?
Well, why would the ATF have authority?
Explosions? Fireworks?
The FBI will jump on that.
You're right. They want this one. This is a juicy one. They got to prove their worth to Trump so they don't get fired.
I think the people who should be in charge of this is hotel security.
Absolutely. The court enough to say this is our jurisdiction.
This happened entirely within our driveway.
And maybe Trump could. Could he order something like that? Lock down the scene? Elon said that he's investigating. He's starting his own blue ribbon commission.
Tesla security will show up. Yeah. Guys in polo shirts.
Well, they need to. They have to investigate to make sure it wasn't some sort of defect. It wasn't some sort of, like you said, runaway battery overcharge or something like that. But yeah, it's insane.
And that's possible. I mean, that's the sort of thing that would come out with kind of some sort of weak explanation in a couple of months. Oh, the battery clearly was having problems and was overcharged and it failed, and it did so. It inadvertently set off their leftover New Year's Eve fireworks, and it's sad that person died. But looking at how it happened, you're like, that doesn't at all seem possible.
Yeah. Incredibly unlikely. But move on. I got the few more headlines here, people. So, got a headline here. A scientist proved paradox-free time travel is possible.
Oh, really?
You can do paradox-free time travel. And so that might be nice. And then I also have a story about a shy man who cuts off 4 fingers instead of telling his boss he wants to quit his job.
That's a funny headline.
Wait, what?
Okay, well, since I'll bring that one.
That one got me before the
time travel one.
Travel.
Okay, all right.
I quit. Snip, snip, snip.
All right, yeah. Shy man cuts off 4 fingers instead of telling his boss he wants to quit his job.
I have to do it.
A 32-year-old Indian man admitted to cutting off 4 fingers on his left hand to avoid having to continue working as a computer operator at a relative's company.
What?
Learning to say no sounds easy. For some people, it can be harder than crippling themselves for life. Case in point is this 32-year-old Indian man who staged an accident that left him missing 4 fingers on his left hand to avoid having to tell his boss that he wanted to quit his job. Earlier this month, the Indian man showed up at a police station in his native city to report that 4 fingers were missing from his left hand. He claimed to have been riding his motorcycle to a friend's house when he suddenly felt dizzy, passed out on the side of the road. When he woke up 10 minutes later, 4 fingers on his left hand had been chopped off. Police initially believed the man's fingers had been stolen for black magic rituals, but their investigations found huge holes in the man's story.
That's the worst story. Someone stole my fingers.
Oh, yeah? How many?
2? Maybe 4?
So here's the thing. If that's true, I would pin it on his coworker who suddenly has 14 fingers and can work 40% faster.
He's got a surplus of fingers over there. A guy can type circles around me.
Man, look at him. He's putting us all to shame. This is terrible.
The bizarre case.
What the hell?
I like how the police are like, this is plausible. It could be some kind of black magic, black voodoo kind of thing. So we'll investigate. The bizarre case.
I like how they were reported as stolen.
Stolen. Someone stole my fingers. A bizarre case was registered at the police station before being transferred to the city's crime branch. Investigators started checking.
More detectives.
Yeah, they got detectives are in the scene now. Investigators started checking CCTV footage in the area where the victim claimed to have passed out, as well as investigating eyewitnesses, but virtually nothing checked out. The man appeared to park his bike near the ring road before casually walking away and returning with an injured left hand. No one had seen him pass out on the side of the road. Pressed by police, the man admitted to cutting the fingers off himself.
Oh, golly.
The Indian man.
And he did 4 of them?
Yes, 4.
Huh.
That's some balls after you do the first one to keep going.
Can you just... What you think? Like, this guy's a real hard ass? Like, he's going to make you type with 9 fingers? Like, he basically wanted, like, he had to make sure he could not type with both hands.
You're saying if he showed up with just 1 finger missing, his boss would say, all right, I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you a 10% buffer, but you better keep working.
Walk it off. Get back to typing.
Rub some dirt on it.
I think so. I think the boss is a real hard ass and make him type through it. The man confessed that he bought a sharp knife from a shop near Cara Rasta in Singapore.
He did it with a knife?
Yeah. 4 days later, on Sunday night, he went to the Amari Ring Road, parked his motorcycle there. Around 10 p.m., he cut off 4 fingers with a knife and tied a rope near the elbow to prevent blood flow. He then put the knife and fingers in a bag and threw it away. But don't you want those fingers?
Yeah, you're going to want those.
He reluctantly told the investigators that he resorted to maiming himself because he didn't want to work at his relative's diamond company anymore. He didn't want to tell him, though, but missing 4 fingers made him unfit for the job. Yeah, of course. Problem solved.
Or a lot of jobs.
Yeah, you're not going to be working for a lot of computer companies at this point.
What's a diamond factory? Diamond company or something.
I'm guessing they sell blood diamonds. They specialize in it. He's a computer operator. He's probably on there selling diamonds. Police managed to find a bag with 3 of the man's fingers, but they are still trying to find more information.
God.
What happened to that 4th finger?
It turns out those were unrelated fingers from a different crime.
So you're telling me someone stumbled across a bag of 4 fingers, said, I'll just take one, and then put the bag back.
Well, he took 1 so he could get it fingerprinted to find out who it was. You don't need all of them.
Take a finger, leave a finger, you know? It's like the little penny.
Like the little tray
jar,
at 7-Eleven.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I leave a finger here? Wait, what?
He admitted that he didn't want to work in the diamond factory and had planned to chop off his 4 fingers so he didn't have to work in the diamond factory. We are trying to dig out more information from him.
Here's another story says he's a computer operator at the diamond company.
Yeah, he's a computer operator. He types.
Not anymore, he doesn't.
Well, yeah, you're right. You can still type with one hand. It's just not efficient.
What the hell?
This guy's got to do 90 words a minute. You can't do that with one hand. He really messed up this time. All right. Well, he's out of a job now, right?
Well, that's the thing. Did he lose his job, or did he get released, or?
Yeah, is he? No, his uncle's like, no.
You know what? No, you keep working here.
Keep working.
Okay.
You're gonna be the janitor now.
Yeah, push this broom.
Man, he's still got a thumb though. That's nice.
Well, the entire purpose of a thumb is it opposes the finger so you can grip things.
Yeah, but you could, you can still do things with the thumb.
He can give the thumbs up all the time.
You can do the your left thumb. You get the space bar. You get the space bar.
Oh, you're saying while typing?
Yeah, space bar. You can do tab. You can get by. You could do this. He's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Well, if he's, I'm assuming he chopped off his left fingers, so he was right-handed.
Mm-hmm.
So now if he learns to click a mouse with his left hand, he just needs the one button or the one thumb to drive the buttons there. So,
okay, I mean, his job was going to be taken by AI anyways. This is all for naught. All you had to do is hold out a little longer.
Company. Yeah. I'm going to ask ChatGPT if it can run a diamond company in Surat, India.
Yes, I can.
Well, yes, I can. Just upload your business plan to me, and I will. So, by the way, a quick update on the Tesla explosion. Post from Elon Musk on the Twitter says, "We have now confirmed the explosion was caused by a very large fireworks and/or bomb carried in the bed of the rented Cybertruck and is unrelated to the vehicle itself.
Let's go over some big facts.
All vehicle telemetry was positive at the time of the explosion. So the truck itself was still reporting, and the logs were still running.
So it's just a terrorist attack.
Pretty much. He said, and there's a photo here. I'll put this up onto the screen of the bed of the truck with a bunch of cans of kerosene and whatnot in it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And this is another one from Elon a couple hours later. The evil knuckleheads picked the wrong vehicle for a terrorist attack. Cybertruck actually contained the explosion and directed the blast upwards. Not even the glass doors of the lobby were broken.
Oh, well.
And I think we saw that from the picture of the that I posted earlier, the Cybertruck on fire. All the flames were in the back, like in the bed, not in the not coming from the battery pack, which is along like the entire. It's under the floorboards. It's the entire bottom of the vehicle. So
this is my prediction: is that the fascist government that they're seeking to avoid, they will in fact be the catalyst for a fascist government, because right now they're giving Trump and a lot of people good reason to start bringing the hammer down, the fascist boot, if you will. To crack down on this kind of stuff, because this is probably just going to be the first of many. And
well, that's true. Yeah, if you think about it, all you have to do is something like this. A truck, in one case, a truck driving into a crowd of people. That's easy to do anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, a car explosion, easy to do anywhere. If you were to do these one a day, and let's just say you did one a day for about a week, all over the country, you're right. This would lead immediately to mass lockdowns and damn near martial law, like almost instantaneously.
Yeah, and if you're trying to avoid fascism, don't provoke a fascist response. Like you just kind of like mill along, do your thing. You probably will most likely avoid fascism. But if you keep doing this kind of stuff, doing outrageous protests and outrageous kind of like terrorist activity, like not just protests. Protesting is fine, but like this activity, it's going to provoke a fascist response. And maybe that's the game. That's the game all along.
So I put a Twitter link into Carrot Shop, which has video of the firefighters, and you can see into the bed of the truck. So thanks to White Rabbit for posting that in the Discord. This is from Elon's Twitter account. Of course, it's somebody, hopefully not Elon himself, recording it with his phone from the TV.
Yeah. That's what Elon does in his spare time. He records stuff from the TV on his phone.
I don't have time to do it correctly. Look. But anyways, they do have footage there of the back of the truck, and you can see a bunch of Coleman fuel canisters in there, like you used to use when you were a kid when you go camping to, that white gas to light their lanterns and stoves. So, and this was clearly a deliberate act. Now, The person apparently the driver was killed, so we don't know what's going on. We'll find out more later, but very very strange.
Oh.
So I think it's guaranteed there's definitely political what would you call it here? There's political motivation here, let's say, to take a vehicle, a much maligned vehicle owned or created by Elon Musk's company, and then drive it to Trump Tower and blow it up. So,
yeah, it's quite a statement. It's quite the statement.
I'm sure the combination Tesla security guards and the hotel security will get right to the bottom of it.
Oh, yeah. They'll get the guy's name here soon. It was probably rented.
Well, the truck was rented. They know that. Just like the one in New Orleans was rented. Both from the same company, by the way. What's it called? Is it Turo? Which you can go rent private vehicles. No one wants to rent my 1974 Dodge Power Wagon, but it's out there.
Oh, actually, I just checked on Twitter. They already found out this guy's name. Yeah,
Tom Pappard.
Damn it!
Tom Pappard did it.
I thought you were going to pull the other one.
No,
Tom Shimabukuro.
Tom Shimabukuro did.
No, I thought you were going to have the confession from him.
Shaky Stevenson Joseph.
Shaky Stevenson Joseph did it.
But yeah, they'll pull all sorts of information from this. They'll be able to track like the serial number on that paint can or whatever that is in there to find out what what factory it was made in, where it was sold, it was purchased in a certain window. They'll be able to get all that stuff. So, or they'll find absolutely nothing, which will be even more suspicious.
Yes, it will be. Remember, this is Vegas. We still don't know what happened, like officially, with the Vegas shooting.
That never happened.
Oh yeah,
there wasn't one.
I forgot. We don't know. All right, Christian. I'm going to throw it over to you now. Are you prepared?
Not really, but
okay. Well, do the best you can.
Fuck off!
It's Joe.
Stan in Alaska is asking who rented it and from where. I'm going to guess it was rented in Las Vegas. Apparently, they tied it to Turo already, and it was probably Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, probably.
All right. Tom Pappard. Tom Pappard rented it from Hulk Hogan. Let's see. So I put a story in a carrot shop for you. These are the top headlines of 2024. So
right.
Retrospective.
Nice.
This is a month-by-month breakdown by the fine folks at CBS News. Couple of things worth pointing out here. One, I think a couple of their selections for each month where they tried to pick the top story was a little suspicious. Not suspicious. Was a little
hinky?
I don't know. I think they were off the mark. Hinky, yes. Little off the mark. They got most of them pretty good. I do want to point out the one in when we get to it in October. Specifically refers to President Jimmy Carter celebrating his 100th birthday, and they published this story the day before he died. So bad timing.
Man.
All right, let's see what the CBS has to say, and I think you do have an accompany a song.
I do. Yeah, I prepared a little multimedia presentation.
Let's see what CBS has to offer us right now. Look back.
Now here's a look back at the year that was. In January, a Boeing jet made an emergency landing after a panel known as a door plug blew out mid-flight. The incident triggered a temporary grounding of Boeing's 737 MAX 9 fleet and an ongoing search for accountability.
Mahomes flings it. It's there! Hardman!
February saw the overtime victory of the Kansas City Chiefs in Super Bowl 58.
Okay.
Making that team the first back-to-back NFL champs in 20 years. In March, a container ship struck Baltimore's Francis Scott Key Bridge, causing a partial collapse, 6 deaths, and the temporary rerouting of trade ships.
Okay, buddy.
April brought a rare total solar eclipse across North America, including 15 U.S. states. Terrestrial business ground to a halt as dazzled earthlings gazed upward.
Yeah.
Iran's hardline president, Ebrahim Raisi, was killed in a helicopter crash in May. His more moderate successor, Masoud Pezeshkian, has advocated reforms. and has spoken out against the country's mandatory hijab law. In June, climate scientist Claudia Sheinbaum won Mexico's presidential election in a landslide, becoming the first female president in the nation's 200-year history.
We're doing it.
Take a look at what happened.
In July, an assassination attempt on Donald Trump left the former president bloodied, but alive.
Oh, well.
1 week later, President Joe Biden announced,
So I've decided the best way forward is to pass the torch to a new generation.
he was abandoning his bid for re-election.
That's simply
and Vice
not
President
true.
Kamala Harris soon replaced him at the top of the ticket.
Herbert Hoover.
August saw the largest and most complex prisoner swap since the Cold War, with 3 Americans, including Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich, returning home after being wrongfully detained in Russia.
I need to go to the bathroom.
In September, Hurricane Helene battered the southeastern U.S., killing more than 230 people and causing tens of billions of dollars in property damage. Former President Jimmy Carter marked a major milestone in October, becoming the first U.S. president to reach his 100th birthday.
No one's impressed.
Look what happened. Is this crazy?
Former President Donald Trump won re-election in November, decisively defeating opponent Kamala Harris and becoming only the second president ever elected to serve non-consecutive terms.
People are flushing toilets 10 times, 15 times.
And rebels overtook the Syrian capital of Damascus earlier this month, forming a new government and ousting strongman Bashar al-Assad.
Yeah, that's great, isn't
After
it?
decades of repressive rule by the Assad family, Syrians face an uncertain future with trepidation and hope.
There we go.
We begin tonight with New Year's celebration.
There's the best stories of 2024, and here's if you couldn't remember all that, Gretchen put together a nice song to maybe help you remember everything that was 2024. All right, it's a little rocky.
News headlines of 2024, month by month. Here's a look back at the year that was January. A Boeing jet made an emergency landing after a panel known as a door plug blew out mid-flight. The incident triggered a temporary grounding of Boeing 737 MAX fleet. February. The Kansas City Chiefs were victorious in overtime at Super Bowl 58, making that team the first back-to-back NFL champs in 20 years. March. A container ship struck Baltimore's Francis Scott Key Bridge, causing a partial collapse, 6 deaths, and the temporary rerouting of trade ships. April. A rare total solar eclipse was witnessed across North America, including in 15 U.S. states. Planes and storms, eclipses and fights, history made in the brightest of lights. Leaders fell and new ones rose through chaos and triumph. The world still goes from bridges to balance. The stories collide. A century marked as the tides divide. Through heartbreak and hope, we stand once more. Here's to the echoes of 2024. Hardline president was killed in a helicopter crash. His more moderate successor has advocated reforms. June. The climate scientist Claudia Sheinbaum won Mexico's presidential election in a landslide, becoming the first female president in that nation's 200-year history. July. An assassination attempt on Donald Trump left the former president bloody but alive. 1 week later, President Joe Biden announced he was abandoning his bid for re-election. And Vice President Kamala
It's pretty punchy.
It's very, let's say, early 2000s crap rock.
That's what I specialize in, for AI.
So it just goes on and on.
That's how I like to get my news, is through crap rock.
But the thing is, with the exception of the chorus, which I threw in between I think I did 4 months in a chorus, 4 months in a chorus. It's the read straight off the web page, which is the exact same thing that Jane Pauley read with the enthusiasm of somebody at gunpoint.
Yeah.
Live not live, but in the CBS produced version. So might as well just have her replaced by AI if that's how she's going to read the news.
Yeah.
Shucky ducky quack quack.
All right, Crash, let's see what else you got over there. Come on.
I have a constant sore throat.
I don't know. Bird flu's coming. Maybe. We might all have sore throats with fog and bird flu. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Was bird flu a topic of discussion at your family festivities?
No. Today we had a birthday party, and one of the topics my brother-in-law just sent me, he showed, hey, you see this Cybertruck exploding? He's like, this is gonna be happening more and more. And he proceeded to tell me that now that Trump's in office, it's all going to be disinformation. And then I proceeded to tell him that everything's been disinformation as long as I have been paying attention to the news.
All right, then. That was a riveting retelling of a
pointless
story there.
Conversation.
All right, let's see here. I'm looking through I have a backlog here to dig through. So, you know what? It's New Year's Day. Let's go with this one. This one is an infographic. It's very visual because as modern Americans, we don't like to read anything. We don't see pictures.
No, we don't.
I'd like someone to maybe read this for me while I'm looking at the pictures.
Please.
It's a USA Today model, but here's one for some New Year's resolutions and what people are promising to do.
Yes, America's top New Year's resolutions for 2025.
Man, I got mixed emotions about this one.
Yes, the top New Year's resolutions for this year, number one, coming in at 21%, is to save more money. Yay! At 19%, we got to eat healthier. Number the third one down, 17%, is to exercise more. Then we have 15% is to lose weight, which I kind of, okay. I mean, typically people exercise to get fit and to lose weight.
Well, also the one above it is to eat healthier. So if you eat healthier, you exercise more, you will probably lose weight.
So we're saying often, like with the 2025 predictions by the Brazilian Nostradamus, a lot of those predictions could have been condensed down into one, like these resolutions here.
Well, to be fair, they didn't promise like the top 10 resolutions. I do also want to point out that the people who said they're going to eat healthier, exercise more, and lose weight, at this point on the evening of January 1st have already given up.
And then the next one down is to spend more time with friends and family. I am going to combine, I want my family to exercise more and to eat healthier.
I want my family to lose weight.
Yes, exactly.
I'll spend more time with the family if they lose weight. Or alternatively, I'll spend the same time, but there will be less of them. So statistically, I'm spending more time per pound.
And the next one down is to quit smoking. That might be up there for me. I smoke about 3 cigarettes a day now. And
you did quit smoking.
I did. And then when I started going out to bars again to see bands, I have one drink, and the next thing you know, I buy a pack of cigarettes because I'm not out there drinking. So I smoke, and now I'm smoking three a day. If not, maybe sometimes 4. Okay. And then the last one down here, or next one down, is to reduce spending on living expensive, including food and energy. Doesn't go save money up at the top?
Well, I don't know. Reduce spendings on, that's a good question. Can you voluntarily reduce spendings on energy? Like what? Shut off the lights in every room?
Yeah, not just you. Yeah, you could. Yeah, I use a lot of energy. I could voluntarily not have studio lights on, not run as many computers, or force
you could be
them to go to sleep
in the dark right now.
I could be. And for people listening at home, I am.
Hold on.
And you guys just turned out the lights. He went dark. He's gone dark.
There.
Yeah,
I'm saving energy.
Let me go dark. I've gone darker. Saving energy here. And the last one here at 43% is I am not making a resolution.
You blew it!
So people are just like flat out refusing to do any of this stuff. They're not making resolutions. They're not promising you or anybody anything.
Hey, if you don't make a resolution, you don't have to worry about breaking that resolution.
That is true. I'm not making a resolution. I have been eating like crap for like the past 2 weeks, and it's time to stop. It's time to stop the badness.
You're going to eat healthier then. That's your resolution.
I guess
you're number 2 on the list.
Yes. Yeah, I guess so.
By the way, in the small print on this, it says this study from Statista was a multiple selection out of 15 possible answers, but yet they're only showing us 8 of them. What are those other answers?
I'd like to know. Well, this is fascinating, and if you didn't have a resolution, borrow one of these and jumpstart your new year with any one of these to save money, eat healthier, lose weight, ask a family member to lose weight, or to quit smoking.
By the way, I did find the other answers here. So the choices were to exercise more, to spend less time on social media, to eat healthier, to become vegetarian or vegan, which is a very odd one, to quit smoking, to lose weight, to improve my performance on the job, possibly by removing fingers.
Tell me more.
To spend more time with family and friends, to reduce stress on the job, also by removing fingers. To cut down on alcohol, to do more for the environment. I'm now crapping outside, fertilizing my neighbor's lawn directly. To reduce spendings on living expenses, to save more money, and then the last 2, other and I don't know.
That's illegal, folks.
You have to know. You have to know.
I don't know. What's your resolution? I don't know. Do you have one? Yes. What is it? I don't know.
I don't know. That's what I'm doing. I'm not knowing things.
So there you go. I guess there's some resolutions for those of you who have some similar goals this year. You're in good company.
I see you turned the lights back on.
I did. It was dark in here.
Yeah, we turned the lights.
I've already given up on my resolution to spend less money on energy.
Yep. I powered up too.
Yep.
All right. Next story.
Aliens!
Well, Mike, you enjoy video games.
Oh, I do.
Hoboken style, baby.
Apparently, you enjoy Hoboken style video games.
Yeah, I do.
Video games.
Hoboken style video games
from the rough parts of New Jersey. So here's a story about a very famous video game creator, video game designer, having challenges with his own children not doing well at video games.
I think his name is Miyamoto.
Shigeru Miyamoto.
Miyamoto's son was so bad at Super Mario 64, he questioned his parenting.
Oh, really?
This is the guy who created Super Mario Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one. He is probably, he will go down probably as the greatest video game developer of all time.
I don't know. It's definitely not going to be passed on to his kids.
No, it's not. It's not inherited. The legacy dies with them. While 2D Mario entries still exist, there's no doubt that the 3D installments are considered the mainline direction of the franchise nowadays. That all came about due to the release of Super Mario 64, which was absolutely a huge milestone for Nintendo and gaming in general. While 3D Mario and gaming in general is the standard nowadays, that kind of play was pretty new with the introduction of Super Mario 64, especially in the platformer genre. Getting that kind of experience just right required a ton of work from the dev team, along with all sorts of playtesting and feedback. Among the playtesters was none other than Shigeru Miyamoto's son, as was revealed in a decades-old, newly translated interview from Shumplansons.
I think it's Shmuplations.
Shmuplations?
Yeah, Shmups is nerd speak for shoot 'em up games. So Shmups.
How do you know that? I don't.
I don't know. How don't you know that?
My guy.
So this is an old story they dug out of a Japanese magazine around the time of Super Mario's release, like 30 years ago.
Not only does Miyamoto's mention his own son putting the game through its paces, but apparently his gameplay was so tough to watch, it drove him up the wall. So his son sucks at this game. Because I believe...
Don't you have Alex yelling at him about that?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I mean, I have tons of Alex Jones yelling at him, but let's see. What did he say this? Extremely loud.
No, he yells, "You suck."
No, I haven't. This is him watching the gameplay.
What the fuck?
Yeah. All right. He probably gave his son like a summer internship to try to. He's probably listless, didn't have a lot of direction in life. So, hey, why don't you come work at Dad's company? You get to play video games all day. It's a great experience for you, and you'll get a good listing on your resume. And it turns out his son absolutely sucked. What a disappointment. It's kind of like Joe Montana having a son who just absolutely sucks at football and being a quarterback. The worst. Joe Theismann? What about Manning? There you go. My analogies are done. That's all I got.
All right.
Okay. You got anything to add to this, or is this
Well, you didn't even read the actual quote. He said, "Seeing him try dozens of times over and over to get up this unclimbable hill, as a parent, I couldn't help but think, geez, does this kid have any brains?" Afterward, we asked the children what they thought of the game, and they said it was fun, and they wanted to play it again. So I guess it was a success.
That's a Hitler quote.
No, I don't think that's a Hitler quote. That was a quote directly by the creator of Super Mario Brothers.
He said, so in the original article here, I'm reading through the translated version here, it said, we did something with Mario 64 we don't usually do. We had children play test it. We had a row of about 10 middle schoolers. We had them play this poorly translated. We had them play for a half day while we observed from behind. My children was one of them, but seeing him try dozens of times over and over to get up this unclimbable hill, as a parent, I couldn't help but think, geez, does this kid have any brains? Now, he said these are middle schoolers. So his kid's, 11, 12, 13?
They suck. This point? All those people suck.
That is just cruel.
Wow.
So,
they suck.
There it is. Even the son of famous video game designers may not be good at video games.
Suck my titties.
No, not that one.
No, I don't think that's allowed in the office. You gotta wait till happy hour.
I would like to.
All right, let's see what we got here. I have a story about avocados, but I'll save that for
yeah, that's a Joe story. That really is a Joe story.
He tracks avocado prices.
Yes, he does.
Very upset.
And I appreciate that.
This one was holiday related. This one made the rounds a little bit. I saw some discussion in the Discord about it. We'll go with this. And we covered a similar story, a year or so ago. I don't think it was Christmas related, but it was another package delivery person who just didn't want to do their job.
Mm-hmm. Stressed Amazon driver abandons 80 packages in Massachusetts woods during holiday shipping rush.
This is major news.
Oh, boy. Yeah, and there is footage. There's some live footage of this. There's finally, NBC is doing some on-the-ground coverage of some important news. Finally, they're doing this. And I'll bring this up on screen. Maybe there's some clever commentary.
Got like a bunch of, looks like undelivered Amazon bundles here.
That's mine.
This is what a Lakeville police officer found while on patrol Sunday in the middle of the night. He saw something odd on the side of the road, and when he went to check it out, he found 3 large totes of Amazon packages scattered in the woods.
Look at that sack of filth.
I was like, that's not trash, that's Amazon.
About 80 packages in all had been discarded.
It's frustrating, but there's a lot more things in life to be more frustrated about.
Blake Brangan says he got a message on his phone. His package had been lost.
I know, it's really crazy just to toss them out in the woods like that, but thankfully for that officer that found them.
Police say an Amazon driver has now come forward, telling police she left the packages around 7 p.m. Saturday night, because she was too stressed.
And I'll quit
Driver
today.
said she'd be notifying her manager.
You want to bring these back to the Amazon in Middleborough?
In a statement, Amazon tells us all customer orders were reprocessed and redelivered, or are currently in the process of being redelivered.
Yeah,
Customers can check their accounts to see updates around expected delivery times. Blake's package has now made it to his home in a Sonnet.
What is actually happening here during the holidays? But I really feel bad for whoever it was. Just to dump out all the packages like that.
What? That's a different way to quit your job. Alternative is to cut off 4 fingers.
Yeah, you can do that too. Why didn't the Amazon delivery guy just cut off his hand or gal?
I don't want to work anymore today. I'm cutting off my fingers.
That same thing happened to me. And it's so frustrating. It wasn't Amazon, but it was United States Postal Service that a listener had a rack computer, a pretty nice rack computer, said, hey, Mike, I got this. I inherited it or found it in some warehouse. Like, hey, do you want it? I was like, yeah.
It fell off a truck.
I don't know. They said, Mike, you want a rack computer? I was like, yes, I would love it. Shipped it to me. And apparently the postal delivery guy, it was like his first week on the job, didn't deliver anybody any packages in the neighborhood. I went to the actual place of where it was mail sorted from. They said, yeah, he was a new guy. He came back with a lot of packages. We told him, you can't come back with any mail. That's not how it works. We sent him back out.
I'm done for today. That's it.
Yeah, it's like he returns. Like this is what I can do today. I'll do the rest tomorrow.
All I can manage today.
So they told me that they sent him back out, and he came back with nothing. So he must have.
Yeah, I delivered him, dude. It's been 8 minutes.
He sent him somewhere. Like I don't know, but it was like a very expensive like rack computer. It wasn't insured for anything, and I don't even know if that person still listens.
Well, Postal Service, by the way, is the worst at this stuff because they will tell you that their mail, the tracking numbers and stuff, that's not tracking. It's just like it's a record of where stuff was last scanned. But if I've had stuff go missing quite a bit, I've had several packages this year go missing, and they're just like, I don't know. And you even talk to the local postmaster, like, well, we'll put a alert out for it. I'm like, yeah, that's only if it gets rescanned. Clearly, it got misdelivered, most likely misdelivered. And then the person there just like, all right, free stuff, or they threw it out. So that's most likely what happens, but you'll never get that stuff back.
Nope.
And the Bible tells us that.
Mm-hmm.
It is in the Bible. Don't trust the U.S. Postal Service. It's in the Bible.
It's in the book of Deliver Us.
James knew. King James knew. He knew it.
My mother would say, you love trucks. I do.
I don't think Trump loves trucks anymore after this explosion. Do you think he still has a love of trucks after the Cybertruck explosion?
I don't know. There is a meme floating around. I don't have a copy of it. There's a meme floating around of it shows Kamala Harris and says paid $1 billion and paid a bunch of celebrities, whatever. It shows Trump and it says stuck a sticker on the side of a garbage truck. So I think
always love trucks.
He loves trucks and cranes.
I love cranes. I love trucks of all types.
I think he loves Cybertrucks. I think he's officially maybe questioning his Cybertruck love.
Well, I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
What about electric Ford pickup trucks driving into crowds?
Probably not a big fan of that.
So here's another story. This one also floating around right before the holiday. I can't. This was right before Christmas, I believe. There's video of this, but. One of everyone's favorite holiday films, and I'm sure if your household is anything like mine, you had to watch it several times, is Will Ferrell's Elf from 2003. Well, apparently they're filming a sequel, and here's Will Ferrell dressed in character at a, I believe it was a Los Angeles Kings game, I think.
Yes, pro Kamala Will Ferrell spotted at NHL game in famous Buddy the Elf costume looking rough after Trump win. Quote, it was a tough holiday season.
Pretty good, huh?
And I don't know why they're trying to make it political on this one. I think just the fact that he's in costume at the Kings game is enough, but whatever.
Will Ferrell really hasn't done too much lately. You think about he had a great string of movies. He was a top guy. But I would say the past 10 years, he really hasn't been that A-lister that we remember. And so maybe this new Buddy movie, this new Elf movie, will be back on top. He'll be back on top.
Revitalize his career.
In 2025.
What was the last big one he had?
Exactly. We don't know.
I don't know. Oh, he did that one about the Eurovision Song Contest.
See, but that wasn't a big movie.
It was a movie.
He was in a movie.
He was in a movie.
End of story.
Mm-hmm.
Well, while you look for that, actor and comedian Will Ferrell was seen Sunday at the Los Angeles Kings Crypto.com Arena as they took on the Philadelphia Flyers, looking pretty rough. Ferrell was seen in a costume from the classic 2003 Christmas comedy Elf, but unlike his innocent, fun-living, childish character, Buddy the Elf, he looked angry as he drank a beer with a cigarette hanging out of his mouth while sporting a 5 o'clock shadow. Yeah, he didn't look happy. But yeah, this is some sort of viral marketing campaign, but you would imagine that he would do this starting in Thanksgiving of 2025. And we have no prediction from the Brazilian Nostradamus about the new Elf movie.
Well, unless they're shooting the film now.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And it's due for next year.
I see. Like they're doing live using the LA Kings arena. I see. Yeah, okay. All right.
Because we'll just guess at the story here. The story is Buddy the Elf loses his Christmas spirit, and then, like in Superman 3, he splits into two. He's got Evil Buddy and Happy Buddy, and he has to fight himself.
I love it.
To probably in some sort of junkyard type area to take over and become Happy Buddy the Elf again.
Mm-hmm.
Neighborhood nuisance.
Yeah, he turns into a neighborhood nuisance.
Neighborhood nuisance. He partners up with Shaky Stevenson Joseph.
And they just go around crapping on people's lawns.
Serial defecator.
They turn into serial defecators during the Christmas season. They turn basically...
In Akron.
Yeah.
The infamous serial pooper.
Yes.
Repeatedly going to the bathroom in front yards since 2014.
Playing the long game.
Well, it has been a while since the Elf movie came out in 2003, so I guess Buddy the Elf lost his Christmas spirit in 2013, 2014. Okay, makes sense. I can see that.
So anyway, there's video, a couple different videos here if you wanted to see those. But
yeah, there he is. He's looking pretty surly. Looks pretty angry. And
well, if you've been to crypto,
there you go. Okay. It's a big deal. People want to see what Will Ferrell's up to. So what you've been researching? What was his last big movie?
I gave up when I got back to 2015, but as far as the ones I recognize Anchorman 2, not a great movie.
Yeah,
that was a big one.
Anchorman 1, huge cultural phenomenon. Anchorman 2, a bit of a dud.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Apparently he was in the Barbie movie. I didn't even know that. I saw that on an airplane, but
the Barbie movie?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know. I don't. Oh yeah, you know what? He played the CEO. Okay, he wasn't like a leading character.
It wasn't his movie.
No, it wasn't his movie at all. So
yeah, so it's been 10 years or so since he's had a really big hit. So maybe the Elf 2 Buddy's Revenge or whatever the hell it's going to be.
Okay. Well, maybe this is what he needs. Maybe this is what America needs. And
no one needs this.
I kind of do. I don't know. I need something. I need something to believe in. And maybe that will be your next story that you have for us right now.
Are every parent's worst nightmare.
All right, so let's stay with some Christmas holiday themed stuff here as we're catching up on the news. Earlier, we talked about our good friend Herman from Holland.
Yes.
So here's a story about Christmas in the Netherlands, and this was in Rotterdam. And some police officers there let's just say they didn't have the Christmas spirit, kind of taking after Buddy the Elf in his next movie, maybe. And they were kind of putting the kibosh on someone having a good festive holiday time.
Police stop car fully covered in bright Christmas lights.
Oh, really?
Yes, the Rotterdam district police officers had a noteworthy encounter with a car that was lit up completely with Christmas lights. Police from the Odamas unit said on Instagram that the rather conspicuous culprit was spotted in a parking lot, drawing attention of the officers involved. It looked like a driving Christmas tree, police said. Normally, people do everything they can do not to stand out to us, but that was not the case. Police officers told the driver about traffic laws, stating that it is not permitted to drive with holiday lighting as it can cause dangerous situations on the road. The driver understood and turned off the lights when leaving the parking spot, and then turned them back on. And
immediately turned them back on. Come and get me!
Drivers
weaving in and out of traffic, turning the lights on and off.
Drivers can be fined up to 140 euros for decorative lamps that are too bright. Globally, the trend to put Christmas lights on their car went viral in the holiday season of 2021 on both TikTok and Instagram. It has resurfaced in recent months, especially on TikTok. Now, my brother-in-law, Aaron, he does this. So he's got like a minivan. They put their Christmas lights all over the minivan, and then they do a tour of the nicer neighborhoods in the Columbus area, and they go look at other people's Christmas lights as they are basically a driving Christmas light show with their minivan. I don't know if it's illegal for us to do in the United States, and I don't think that my family cares.
I think it depends highly on the local jurisdiction. But I've seen, again, this is something I've not seen until just, like I said here, 2021 or whatever, but in the last 2 or 3 years, I've seen 1 or 2 cars every year that has this, has the lights all over it. So
yeah,
I guess it's a thing.
It's a thing. It's not something I personally would do, but my family members, they really get into the Christmas spirit, and I support it. And they're nice people, so.
I will say the person who did this to their car in the Netherlands, they did a hell of a job. The ones, because I've seen some ones where they've clearly have run out of lights, or I think what happens is as they start stringing the little lights or the strings of lights around on their car, they realize it's going to be way more work than they thought, and so they kind of give up as they go along and they kind of half-ass it. But this person, let's just say they did it right.
I only like to use the lights that are defective, and one bulb goes out and then they all go out. You just have
only part of the car is blinking.
Yeah, exactly. So half-assed, because you don't want to put those in your house, but you don't want to throw them out, so you reuse them. That's what I'm trying to say. Repurpose, reuse. That's my New Year's resolution.
To repurpose Christmas lights in your car.
All right, one more story, Gretchen. Come on.
I have spells. I'm going
believe
to
it or
fly.
not, I have another story about car lights, but I'll skip that one. Let's go with another Christmas themed story about evil Santa.
All right.
What are you doing? Use your head!
Evil Santa.
This one. And there is a local news story about evil Santa. Let's get this into the carrot
Evil
shop for you.
Santa.
Evil Santa.
Oh, I'm looking at this guy. Evil Santa, a man who dressed as Santa Claus and terrorized neighbors with a machete, is behind bars.
I love that headline.
I guess this would you consider this guy to be a neighborhood nuisance?
Neighborhood nuisance.
That's it. Terrorizing.
Yes, I mean,
terrorizing your neighbors. Sure. Is there like a?
Yeah, up at the top is a little local news story.
Okay, a little local news story. Sure.
Just like Mama used to make.
Just like Mama used to make. Come on.
Of a Putnam County man who deputies say dressed in a Santa Claus suit on Christmas Eve and then terrorized his neighbor with a machete. That man, 51-year-old Neil Champagne, remains in jail tonight.
Neighborhood nuisance.
And I'm Ben Becker. Deputies arrested Champagne while he was standing at the end of his neighbor's driveway after they say he wrote the word pedophile with chalk at the end of that driveway. Action Jack's Shanila Kabir is live from that neighborhood in Palatka. Shanila, what have neighbors told you about Champaign?
Ben, Tanika, neighbors here say 51-year-old Neil Champaign had been creating havoc here for months now. They say he'd stand right outside of his victim's house yelling, saying that he was ready to kill him and that he didn't want him in this neighborhood. After Champaign was finally arrested, they say at least Christmas Day was peaceful.
Early morning on Christmas Eve, Neil Champaign was arrested for stalking and harassing his neighbor. Another neighbor who asked to remain anonymous says it was an early Christmas gift to see Champaign taken away by law enforcement.
I seen a Santa Claus outfit, a man wearing it, run across the street to the house, and then I seen the policeman chasing behind him. And then another police officer pulled up and brought him back out into the road in his Santa Claus suit, and that's where they handcuffed him and arrested him.
You can see Champaign on multiple days standing at the edge of his neighbor's property.
Did she say
shouting,
Santa Claus?
Spitting, and making hand gestures, some obscene. Here are security videos the victim shared with Action News Jax. Putnam County deputies say he wrote the word pedophile on the victim's driveway shortly before Champaign's arrest on a stalking charge.
He was calling him child molester.
We checked and there's no indication the victim was associated with a child sex crime. The Putnam County Sheriff's Office says they've responded to 61 calls for service in the span of 2 months to this home, all involving Champaign.
My neighbor was calling me and saying, hey, you can't get down your road because the police would be sitting all down around this whole corner of the road and just watching his camper. Like day after day after day, just sitting here watching it.
The victim didn't want to do an interview, but this neighbor says Champaign's behavior targeting him seemed unbearable.
And it escalated to where he bought this big sound system, music box where it amplified the whole neighborhood, playing sayings about children being molested and child molestation.
And the victim in this case says he hopes this puts an end to what he calls stalking and harassment. And the neighbors I spoke with agree as well. Neil Champaign's bond is still sitting at $2,500. As for now, for local coverage you can count on, reporting live from Palatka, I'm Shanila Kabir, Action News Jax.
This is a pervert convention.
Oh my gosh, guys, guess what just arrived at my doorstep?
Oh boy, that guy was insane. He had a wheelbarrow. He was throwing stuff. He was like hitting himself in the chest. A very aggressive neighbor. One of the most aggressive neighbors that I've seen in quite a while. I dare call him a nuisance.
Neighborhood nuisance.
That dude's a neighborhood nuisance. Maybe he could
absolutely
team up with Buddy the Elf. I do like that the one woman, and we had several people bring it up, that she did say Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
And I liked her description of, I seen a man dressed as Santa Claus and a police officer chasing him. Just like, all right. Well,
very descriptive.
It's Florida.
Okay.
Boy, we're gonna get the heck out of here, people. I gotta go take out the garbage.
Take out the garbage.
I gotta go take out the garbage.
Throw it in the yard. Throw it over the fence in the neighbor's yard.
Like our garbage was delayed because of the holiday season, so I gotta take it out right now. It's like 9:00 here. It's pitch black out, and I gotta traverse my extremely long driveway when there's trees falling everywhere, and I don't know what's going to happen.
Ask the Ohio Grassman to take it up.
You know what? Good point. He's not doing anything.
Yeah, what the hell?
He kind of lays low this time of year anyways.
Watch out for that fog out there.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Good point. I'll wear a mask.
Wear a mask.
That's what people are doing now with that fog. They're masking up before they go out into the fog.
I do like that there are people out there. I was, traveling during the holidays, still wearing the masks, and it's great because you know who you don't have to pay any attention to.
They're dedicated. I still see it like at some restaurants and half-price books. I see a lot of masked people at half-price books, and it's unfortunate.
Like half-wearing masks?
Just they wear their N95s. Not even N95s, just the cloth.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I've noticed a lot of people just wearing the crappy masks, and you could make the argument that an N95 fitted properly is going to at least reduce your intake of large particulate matter, but I see people wearing the crappy disposable surgical masks and all that, which we know don't do jack shit. So.
Hilarious.
Just gets me all riled up is what it does.
I'm all riled up.
But
well, thanks again to Herman for sending gifts to everybody.
Big time, Herman. Thank you.
My understanding is he sent a gift to every listener, almost 4 million of them out there. So everyone go check your mail. If you didn't get a Christmas package from Herman, it's because the Amazon guy threw it in the woods.
Yep. Didn't want to deliver the packages. There's just too many packages. Just too overwhelming. So go look in your local woods.
Check the woods.
It's a community drop-off. Just check the woods.
There's just stuff out there.
We'll be back on Saturday, I think. Maybe Joe will be here. We'll see. You know, he's grinching it up. I understand, though.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Cratcher. Thank you, everyone. Shablagoo.
Keep watching the skis, people. There's drones up there still, and we're not paying any attention.
What's happening with us? Nobody.
Boy, did I get buzzed.
What a MacGyver. Just a Black & Decker.
Pizza doesn't need meat because it's so loaded with cheese. That's about all.
Shablagoo. Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.
Well, now you know the rest of the story.
This is not rocket scientists.